Being as exact and precise as possible in your real estate wholesaling marketing lists will be the key factor if you will have success or not in this business for 2021. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to pull my top 5 lists for marketing for real estate wholesaling in 2021. There's no secret in real estate wholesaling for 2021 that it's a little more saturated than it was in 2020 or maybe in 2019 or 18. Things are getting a little crazier. There's more wholesalers in every market and you have to be a little more different. So choosing the right marketing list can be the difference between you getting a deal versus a million other wholesalers trying to get the same exact deal. So I'm going to show you in this video my top 5 real estate marketing lists actually to start pulling for 2021 and maybe even right now in late 2020. Again, these are the lists that I have been absolutely crushing it in 2020 with, and I know for a fact they will still be doing very well in 2021. Also, some little changes here and there just because this COVID pandemic possibly will end, hopefully, and we can actually start getting more into a more normal life. So let me give you my top 5 wholesaling lists. But before we do that, please smash that like button and subscribe to get more content from me so we can help this YouTube algorithm, so I can help as many people as possible in real estate wholesaling. But let's get into it. All right, guys. So top 5 real estate marketing lists. Number 5, this is a pretty easy one for me, but it's probates. Probates have been absolute killer for me this year in real estate investing, and I know probates in 2021 is just going to be better. Just talking to sellers with probates is a lot easier. You get way bigger profits on your real estate assignment fees. And ultimately, there's not a lot of real estate investors and wholesalers going after them because of this one thing, which is they just don't understand how to do it correctly. So here at Flip with the Rig, we reveal all of our curtains. I show you exactly how to do all my marketing secrets. Probate's a pretty easy one to do. You pull them directly from the courthouse. You will beat your other competition trying to buy probate leads from a Uncle Sally Sue probate lead service. If you go straight to the courthouse, pull that list, you will beat 99% of all the other wholesalers out there with your probates, and you'll have success and get to the seller before anybody. Again, 2021 is going to be all about speed with your sellers. So if you're the fastest guy to get that deal, you will get that deal versus the other 10 people behind you chasing, saying, maybe I'll market them tomorrow, or we'll just do a big mailing list and we'll get to them. No, it's all about speed. And probates, if you do the speed correctly, you will get those $20,000, $30,000, or $40,000 assignments. Now, number 4 here is a very interesting one. It's actually water shutoffs. Now, why am I saying water shutoffs now? In a lot of cities and municipalities for 2020, especially for the first quarter of 2021, they're not shutting off anyone's waters. It's actually a law right now that you can't shut off any water. So why am I going after water shutoff lists? Well, it's basically after the quarter for 2021. So number 4 here, again, water shutoff list, is because once those laws get revoked, there's basically moratoriums on them that end after about April or June. So after that, those people who have been affected by COVID that can't pay their water bill, they'll get their water shut off, and then we can go after those lists and go after those sellers who potentially would want a cash offer on their property and they want a cash solution from us, so we can put that property under contract, sell it to a cash buyer via assignment, and make huge, awesome paydays. Again, I'm saying to go after water shutoff list number 4 here because, again, not a lot of people know how to pull them. So click above right here. I'm going to show you exactly how to actually pull the water shutoff list in your county. I'm going to show you the paid way and the free way, but just click that video if you want more information on actually pulling the water shutoff lists. This might be a little weird for me to say this, but again, in 2021, the smaller and more niche the list, the better results you're most likely going to have. I'm saying this because I'm expecting a huge saturation in real estate wholesaling. More and more people are going to get into it. So a lot of people losing their jobs, and they're seeing the value and how much money you can really make in real estate wholesaling. So they're really going to start flooding into the market, and they're going to do the average thing what the average real estate guru is going to tell them. Go do a high equity list, go SMS blast that list, and be like 50 other people in your market and just go SMS blast the same list. Yes, you're going to get good results from it, but if you're niched out and you do the stuff that these gurus aren't talking about, people like me who are actually in this business doing actual real estate deals, I know exactly what's going to work. And what's going to work in 2021, which is very similar to what Rick did 2006, 2007, is you got to go niche when things get extremely saturated. It's something that I've been doing in my business for 2020, and it's absolutely been the key defining factor in my success. And this is just pulling niche lists. So number 3 here is pulling niche lists. What is a niche list? A niche list is basically those little tiny special lists. They're not really that big to market to, but if you get a lot of those little niche ones, you can actually do very well. The ROI on these lists are absolutely amazing. So let's say, for example, I cold called a huge high equity list. I'll get some deals, but I'll be spending hours and hours and hours cold calling every single day for it. Versus if I cold call, for example, probates, if I only cold called an hour a day on high equity, my chance of getting a deal is very low, maybe 1% to 2%. But you do that over time, maybe in a month you'll get a deal. But if I just cold called probates, which is an extremely niche list of 100, spend an hour doing that, my chance of getting a deal jumps to maybe 20 to 30%. So there's not a lot of probate leads out there to cold call, but once you get those little niche lists, they're amazing. So niche lists, code violations, they're those low credit ones, divorce lists, electric shutoff lists, credit card liens lists, specialty liens list. A lot of those you can get on PropStream and stuff you can actually get right from the government. Also, you can get stuff like a little evictions list. Those tiny little niche lists, going after them, they'll be so powerful for you for 2021. So now we're at number 2. So number 2 here is pre-foreclosures. Pre-foreclosures is going to make a huge comeback. They haven't really been that good since 2011, 2012, but they're making a big comeback because, shocker here, with the pandemic that's been happening, there's been a huge amount of foreclosures happening, and a lot of properties right now are on pre-foreclosure. And there's some certain laws, especially with FHA loans, certain government-backed loans, that you actually can't foreclose on these properties yet until, June, possibly July sometimes in certain states. So when these moratoriums start getting picked up and banks start actually foreclosing on properties, then stuff gets real for sellers. And if we go after sellers that are in pre-foreclosure right now, they know that there's no law protecting them and they know they have to sell now. So pre-foreclosure is going to be an amazing list to go after. Now, it's not as niche as the other ones I've said before. There's going to be a lot more gurus talking about it. So it's going to be a little harder to get there. Again, you're going to have to get speed. So once a pre-foreclosure hits, you're going to have to go attack it as soon as possible. But pre-foreclosures, if you do enough of them, you will definitely get some really good deals for 2021. Now, this is my ultimate greatest list right now that I've had for 2020. I feel embarrassed to really reveal it. I know people are going to kill me for doing it because they're doing so good with this list for 2020. And honestly, I've been doing really well with it for 2020 also. And everyone's just going to be talking about this list. And honestly, there's no secret. Number 1, top list for 2021 is going to be absentee owner. My biggest deal of 2020 was a $60,000 wholesale deal I got from an absentee owner. My top deals this year have been from probates and absentee owner. And I know for an absolute fact, absentee owner is going to be the top list to do in 2021. Now, everyone's going to say do absentee owner. It's not really that big of a secret anymore, but again, I'd rather that for the people who are doing big cold calling lists, big SMS lists, big RVM lists. Absentee owner is absolutely going to be one of the top lists to do. Now, some criteria for that: make sure the absentee owner owns a piece of property with enough equity in it, things like that. There's some certain filters on there, and I got plenty of videos on how to do that on listrei.com. But overall, absentee owner is going to be absolute killer. If you don't know what absentee owner is, it's basically someone that owns a property, but they're actually not living in the house. So either that's someone who is a landlord who actually owns a rental property, or that is somebody who just owns a piece of property and just sitting there vacant sometimes. We can go after these people because, first of all, absentee owner are the ones that I get my really good deals on. It's when the actual tenant stops paying their rent and the absentee owner on that transaction, the seller, is sick of being a landlord. They're sick of tenants not paying, destroying the property. They just want to get out of it. They just want to cash out. That, for 90% of my absentee owner deals, has been where I've really made a huge and amazing profit. Also going after people that own just second homes or third homes. They're land banking it. There's house banking it. They just have properties just sitting there, vacation homes, and maybe they lost their job and they just want to get rid of the property and cash out. So that's another reason why I'm doing really good with absentee owner. It's more of a bigger player play. There's going to be so many wholesalers out there going after these lists. But again, I'm going to say it a million times, but it's all about speed. So that's it, guys. That is my top 5 wholesaling lists for 2021. If you use these lists, I can guarantee you will have the best success possible getting a deal. This doesn't mean any other list is not going to work. I'm telling you right now, high equity is still going to do very good. Tax delinquency is still going to do amazing. There's also the big lists that the average person does all the time. They're still going to do very well. I'm just saying, if I had to do 5 lists for the rest of 2020, these would be them. I'm sorry if I revealed some of your secret lists that you guys are probably screaming at me like, Zach, why are you revealing this list? I've done so well. It's because I truly want to help you guys out. There's so many gurus out here charging $10,000 courses for this information. And honestly, I do this business for real. There's not a lot of people I know that do it at my age, and I'm actually having success. I'm not charging thousands of dollars for this information. I'm giving it for free. I'm trying to put these gurus out of business. If you can, if you really appreciate this stuff, please smash that like button again and subscribe. We're trying to change the way real estate wholesaling is by just giving this content all absolutely for free, no strings attached. I truly appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and to your success for 2021. Have a blessed day.